Good morning, you guys. This is Sunday, March the 14th. We have just sprung forward. So we have probably a lot of us are feeling like we lost an hour during the day. We're waking up earlier. And today I wanted to talk to you guys. So, we've been moving through a lot of energetic intensity, and I know I keep mentioning this lately, and it's because I want you guys to be equipped and to have the tools that you need that are necessary to move through the challenging energies, right? And that can feel a lot of like overwhelm. It can feel just like discomfort that you have no idea where it came from, all different kinds of things. And we just had a new moon, and I think one of the energies that was really important for this new moon or reminders was to travel light. And I thought that was a great reminder just in general as far as moving through denser energies, when we're moving through challenging times, because when we're moving into this new energetic space that we're going into, there's tremendous change that's occurring, right? We're coming from one paradigm and we're moving into another total different paradigm of being, a whole new way of being. And with that massive change, there's going to come a lot of discomfort as our bodies, as our beings shift into that new vibrational frequency so that we can match that space, so that we can meet that new energetic space. And so if we can learn to travel light, then we can more effectively move through those denser spaces. What do I mean when I'm saying traveling light? Traveling light means that we're letting go of the old stuff. And the way that I can most effectively figure out what is the old stuff for me, what's the stuff that's no longer serving me, it's the stuff that, it makes me feel uncomfortable. There's something about doing it. There's something about experiencing it that I'm like, wow, this really doesn't feel good. This really isn't what I want to do anymore. And then I have to figure out how to create effective change from within that space so that I can do it totally different than I've ever done before. Doing something totally different than I've ever done before opens up a lot of cool doors of opportunity and possibility. So one of the ways that we can travel lighter, carry energetically less junk, is by our practice, through our practices, through our meditations, connecting to our higher selves. All of those kinds of things can help us to effectively release the things that are no longer serving us. So that's what I want us to kind of be thinking about today. Where's that stuff that I need to let go of right now? What's the stuff that's calling to me through that discomfort that wants me to let go or shift out of it or create positive change or within that space? What is it that today, through my exercises, through my practice, I can shift away from those energetically and realign myself into this new vibratory space? What do I want that new vibratory space to look like? Okay. So if you've been holding on to some stuff, if you've been having a lot of fear about change, if you've been like not wanting to fully give yourself over to the new and to continue to grasp onto the old stuff just a little bit because it feels safe to you, then, this is a great thing for you today to be thinking about. How can I let go of that stuff? Where's the new that I can shift into, and what positive change I can create around that space? And remember, you're not alone, and we rise together. And the way that we can do that is by doing stuff like this, by engaging in our practices together, by lovingly supporting and uplifting each other. Even if we're doing this at a different time than when I'm doing it live, you're still sharing in that energetic group energy, which is beautiful and amazing and uplifting. And it's so supportive, more than you can realize or imagine. So we're going to go ahead and get started because today's Kriya is actually a fairly long one. And this is for specifically moving through a lot of those denser energies, moving through a lot of those more challenging times. This one is actually called, it's an advanced Kundalini Yoga set. So we did another one of these advanced Kundalini sets recently. And the reason why we're doing that is to prepare ourselves appropriately. This one specifically stimulates the glandular system and strengthens the nervous system. So all of those things are a necessity for us to strengthen the nervous system, strengthen our glandular system. You think about your adrenal glands, you think about all those things that get taxed and tired when we're feeling that overwhelm from moving into the new space. When we're feeling challenged, we need to strengthen all of those systems of our body that can tend to be tapped out first, right? And so that's what we're doing. Now, some of these sets, because they are more intensive and serious, You may not feel comfortable in every single posture. There may be postures that feel too challenging. Remembering to make it your own practice. Do the things you can do comfortably and then let go of the rest, right? You can sit and visualize, you can be in meditation. There are so many ways you can modify in ways that give you the ability to actually, function at the level that feels best to you. So make it your own practice, never pressing into pain, tingling, or numbness, never pushing yourself past the line of what you know you can do. There's that fine line of doing, even when we don't, like your mind says you can't do this, I don't want to do this anymore. And then there's that fine line of stopping because you're actually pushing into pain or you're pushing yourself into a dangerous space. So keep that in mind with these practices that are more advanced. Don't feel pressure to do every single posture if it's not in your practice. It's totally okay. Visualization is just as powerful. I just want to remind you guys of that in these more serious, more advanced practices. Now, some of these postures won't seem advanced, but then you'll get into it and you'll understand why. So we're going to move through it pretty fast. Let's go ahead and get into our comfortable, easy seated posture. Start really feeling into our body, feeling into our being, closing the eyes, dropping the shoulders back and down, giving yourself the ability to be that nice long channel for that energy, that divine energy, that spirit energy to flow, to move, to shift, to do whatever it needs to do, to lighten your load effectively. Remembering that when we come into that space of connecting to divine, connecting to source, connecting to God energy, that we're plugging into that energy and all the information is exchanged within that space. I'm already lightening my load. I'm already giving up the stuff that's not serving me. I'm releasing those energies so that I can shift into those higher vibratory planes that give me the ability to open up to more possibility and create new open spaces. So just giving your body permission to come into agreement with whatever that means while you're connecting to spirit on your mat today. Whatever it is, it's meant to move. Whatever is meant to shift. Whatever is meant to flow, to open, to grow, to expand. Give yourself permission to tap into those places energetically. And finding your breath, remembering your breath is one of the most powerful tools you have, that miraculous breath, drawing in that pranic energy, sustaining and fulfilling all of those parts of your body where you're feeling tension, where you're feeling weakness, where you're feeling tired, compromised, frustrated, anger. You can send that pranic energy, that breath into those spaces to help alleviate those energies, to help to, excuse me, ground those energies. Allow your circular or your central nervous system to neutralize those spaces effectively and efficiently, remembering that we can trust the body, we can trust in our higher self to do the healing work that needs to be done, and we don't even have to know what it is, which is one of the coolest things. Sending those roots into the earth from the sits bones and every point of contact from the body to the earth. Lifting up through the heart space, feeling those collarbones rising up towards the chin, tucking the chin ever so slightly back and down. Feeling the crown of the head lifting itself upward towards the sky. Opening up that energetic channel, that connectedness to that divine source energy that exists all around us. Feeling into that energy, that as above, so below. And then just starting to rub the palms of the hands together in front of the heart space. Tuck those thumbs into your chest. Hands are in prayer pose, forearms parallel to the earth. We're going to tune in with that mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. calling forth that soul space, calling forth that divine expression of your being, expressing itself as humanity, allowing that to be the part of our being that drives our human experience. Calling it forward, inviting all of that ancient wisdom and knowledge forth within our own being to sustain us. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply your root lock if it's in your practice today. You're not on your moon cycle, any hypertension, blood pressure issues. Exhale. Release the lock, release the hands. If you want to follow up with that Mangala charm, feel free to do so, creating that safe space on your mat. So we're going to go ahead and move into that system, that Kundalini. It's an advanced yoga system. We're really working on those adrenals. We're working on our nervous system. We're giving ourselves the ability within this space to strengthen that space so that we can hold more energy and so that we can more efficiently lighten our load. We can release that stuff that's not serving us today. We can let go of that stuff with ease and without the need to continue to hold on or to grasp onto those things that are no longer serving us, taking our vision forward towards the new, towards the expansive places that with all possibility where all of those things exist. So we're going to move right in because it's a kind of a long set and I want to make sure we get up through them. Sorry, I've got allergies this morning. There's something in the air. Okay, so we're going to start in easy pose. We're going to bring the left hand up to the level of the chest, just like so. So your hand is going to be facing towards your heart space. And we're going to take the right hand and we're going to cup around just under the wrist. You know, we never want to put our hand on the joint, but just over the wrist. And it's going to be tempting to want to wrap your thumb around. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep the thumb on the outside as well. There's going to be a gentle pressure where you're pressing with your right hand that left hand towards the heart space, but you're going to use that left hand to resist, creating that tension between those two places. We're going to gently tilt the hand up ever so slightly. You're going to sit nice and tall and straight, and then you're going to use that 9/10 closed eye gaze to gaze into the palm as if it were a mirror. So it's like you're gazing into a mirror, you're gazing in that reflection of your own being. Closing the eyes 9/10 of the way so that you can gaze into the palm of the left hand, creating that pressure. Remember to use that pressure with that right hand and resisting with the left arm, okay? You're going to just have a nice, comfortable, easy breath here. And you're going to be here for 2 minutes. Remembering to keep that posture nice and long. You've got that gaze in that hand, so the head is going to be bent just slightly enough so that you can look into those palms. The rest of that spine is super straight and long. This Kriya works on the kidneys and the adrenals specifically. It can cause excessive glandular secretion. So you're really releasing a lot of that stuff that has potentially built up within those areas that you haven't let go of. We're detoxifying those places. You can sometimes, within this particular exercise, you may feel the need to shift your gaze, to move in a way that releases some of the tension of this exercise. Please do not do that. If it is within your practice to be able to maintain, do not just give up. You want to push through. Of course, we're always honoring our body. If you have a compromised neck or any of those things, and this is not comfortable for you, you can keep your gaze in a neutral space so that it's not compromising your neck. And visualize. And don't worry about how perfect it looks. Just do it. You only have a few more seconds here. Keeping that tension. Keeping the gaze in the palm of the left hand. Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath. Apply the root lock. Keep that tension in those arms. Exhale. Release the hands gently face down onto the knees. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to come into our next posture. And these postures, there's going to be a lot of rock pose today. So if that's not a comfortable posture for you, please modify when necessary. I'm not going to cue you every single time. You can stay in your easy seated posture if you have to, or do whatever it is that you need to support your body the best possible way. So we're going to come up on those knees, but we're going to do it a little bit different here. We're going to take the knees wide, okay? So dropping the glutes down onto the heels, resting in that wide-legged rock pose posture. We're going to extend the arms overhead and reach back ever so slightly. The palms of the hands are going to be face up towards the sky. Your gaze is naturally going to rise up towards the sky when doing so. So you can gently drop the head back. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, if you have that compromised neck, then don't drop the head back. Do what you need to support yourself. That chin is gently going to point upwards. So like when you're in that fish pose in yoga, and eventually, slowly, you find that the chin drops or lifts itself all the way up to the sky, and the gaze drops behind you just a bit. Those knees are spread wide as you can comfortably maintain. And we're going to hold this posture for 2 minutes. Just breathing nice and easy, closing the eyes, if that feels more comfortable to you. But gazing into the sky, if you can hold that gaze. If it feels like too much on the neck and you need to draw your gaze back into a neutral space, do what you need to. You may feel a bit of pressure in your chest in this particular exercise. And we're preparing ourselves to get where we want to go, millimeter by millimeter, remembering that often that journey is those baby steps. So we're preparing ourselves to be able to sustain it little by little. When we're moving through the denser, thicker energies, we can maintain by moving slowly, moving in those baby steps, millimeter by millimeter. You only have 30 seconds left. Continuing on with that comfortable, natural breath.
Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath, apply a root lock. Exhale, nice and slow. Release those hands back down into the earth in front of you. You can take some gentle neck circles here, shoulder shrugs, do whatever you need to release any of that tension from this exercise before we move on to our next. This next one is the one that I feel like is the most challenging out of all of them. We're going to be doing this one for a minute on each side, so whenever you're ready, I'm going to come into like more of an angled posture so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. We're going to remain on our right heel to get started. And we're going to lengthen through the left leg just like so. Take it out in front of us. Can you guys see? Maybe I should do it to the side. And then we're going to drop our hands behind us just like so. We're going to lift our left leg up into the sky. Lift the glutes away from the heel. And we're going to be here for 1 minute. So go ahead and draw yourself up into posture. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Draw your attention inward and upward towards that third eye space. Raise the buttocks as high as possible. This is really going to challenge your core. Keep that leg raised if you can and raise those buns. If you need to take a break, do it, but then come back into posture if you can. You only have 20 seconds left. Keep those buns high, remembering that the more we push ourselves in our practice, the more we meet those challenging energies on our mat, the more we're preparing ourselves to be able to sustain, to handle, to tolerate more off of our mat in our daily life experiences. Just a few more seconds here. Inhale. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release those buns back down onto your heel. Take those legs out for a moment, shake them out before we take them to the opposite side. Then whenever you're ready, I want you to come up on your left heel this time, lengthening through the right leg, come back, lift up those glutes and lift that leg up into the sky. Close your eyes, focus on the third eye space, and take the breath that's the most comfortable to sustain you through this exercise. 1 minute. It's going to go so fast. Lifting those glutes as high as you can, lifting that leg into the sky. Twenty more seconds. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath and apply your root lock. Exhale. Release the glutes down onto the heel. Remove that leg out from underneath you. Shake them out. We're going to come into our next exercise, and this is one of those that can feel really awkward and uncomfortable because it includes the laughing, and a lot of people have really suppressed a lot of that energy within their being and that joy and that, ability to just laugh and do things that feel silly sometimes. So I really want you to try and do it though, especially if you're at home by yourself and you have that space. The whole point of us doing a lot of these mantras and these belly laughs and stuff of that nature is not to make us feel silly. It's not.
It's to move energy, that vibration of that belly laugh, moving that energy within that space is releasing and shifting energy that is stagnant, that has been stored within that space. So we want to give ourselves permission to engage in these kinds of exercises, even when they feel silly, even when it feels awkward and all of that stuff. So we're going to come up onto our knees in our rock pose. Guys, I've just got super allergies. So the knees can be slightly apart. It's just whatever feels most comfortable and safe to you. And then you're going to drop your hands back again, just like we were before, but we're not going to elevate the legs. Go ahead and close your eyes here. And just start to find your breath. You're going to arch the body up. So instead of dropping that spine down towards the earth, we're going to arch the body up. You may notice the crown of the head drops to the back wall a bit, and if that feels comfortable and safe, then continue to engage. Open your mouth wide, stick the tongue out. Inhale, and then belly laughing on the exhale. So we're inhaling through that open wide mouth. Exhaling is that deep belly laugh. Not going to do it again because that would be really annoying for you guys to listen to multiple times, but you get the idea. So continuing on doing that on your own, you're going to do that 10 times. Inhale deeply and belly laughing on the exhale with the tongue sticking out. This exercise exerts a lot of pressure and balances the calcium and magnesium in the body. 10 repetitions. And then whenever you're done with those 10 repetitions, draw yourself out of your rock pose posture and you're going to relax on your back for 3 minutes. So whenever you're done with your 10 repetitions, slowly and gently rise up, swing the legs out from underneath your body, lengthen through the legs, use your core to relax your spine into your mat, vertebra by vertebra, and rest into the earth. Close your eyes, draw your awareness back inside of yourself, back inside of your own being. It's okay to feel silly. It's okay to feel uncomfortable in some of these postures, but to be able to give ourselves permission to do what we need to do to efficiently move the energy. We're engaging in the practice. We don't want to miss out on any of the opportunities that we have to shift or evolve or grow and expand. Two more minutes. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And then rocking and rolling upright into a comfortable seated posture so that we can continue on with our exercises. We're going to come into rock pose next. So coming up on those knees once again. We're going to take our hands and we're going to clasp them in front of our heart space, and we're going to press our thumbs into each other. You can close your eyes, draw your attention inward and upward towards the third eye. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, take them down. You're going to be here for 2 minutes. The body is the vehicle of God. This exercise pumps up the blood. Doing it, you avoid an unnatural death. Eyes are closed, spine is nice and straight and long. Inhaling and drawing those shoulders up, and exhaling and drawing them down. Hands are interlaced, palms of the hands are face down, pressing the thumbs into each other. You've got just a little bit more than a minute here. Move at the pace that feels best for you to be able to sustain you for 30 more seconds. If you got to slow it down, that's okay. Inhale deeply. Suspend those hands in front of the heart space. Apply your root lock, moon bond. Exhale, release the hands, release the lock. Rotate those shoulders if you need to a little bit. Take some gentle shoulder circles, whatever you need to do. Release any tension out of those shoulders after that exercise. We're going to come straight into our next one. We're remaining in rock pose. Stretching the arms overhead. Hands are interlocked. We're going to do a torso twist here. Arms are going to come directly overhead. Fingertips are reaching into the sky, those pointer fingers. Close the eyes, draw the attention, the awareness back inside of your own being as you extend the tongue out of the mouth completely. We're going to inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. So you're breathing through that open mouth with that tongue fully extended. You're going to be here for 2 minutes. Just breathing normally through that open mouth.
Taking that torso twist as deep as it feels comfortable. If you feel like taking it a little bit deeper as that spine warms up, then feel free to do so. Allow the body to move you, to draw you into the positions necessary to move that energy, to lighten your load energetically. You only have 45 seconds left, so keep it real strong. Spine is super straight and long. Twenty more seconds. Inhale deeply, come back to center. Suspending your breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock, and slowly and gently allowing those arms to ground your energy all the way down, feeling into that auric field, that magnetic field that you generated. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to move into our next exercise. So we're going to come up onto our feet. And your feet are going to be about 2 feet apart here. Whatever feels really grounded and comfortable and safe. You're going to hinge forward from those hips so that the hands are dangling, not holding those arms up in any way at all. And then you're going to lift your gaze to the front of the room, directly in front of you, if that feels comfortable and safe on your neck. If it doesn't, you can gaze at the earth just below those hands. But if you can lift your gaze to the wall in front of you, then go ahead and do so. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. Holding that position. This position helps to adjust the vertebral discs. So adjusting all of those discs in your vertebra. You can keep a gentle bend in those knees so that those knees aren't locked. Giving you more supported grounding stance. Arms are hanging. You can find that juicy gaze, that one point of still focus. On the wall in front of you, breathing in and out through the nose. One more minute. Just a few more seconds. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the breath, release the lock. We're going to stay in this position where we're hinging forward from those hips. Pull my shirt back so that you can see that the front of my body, the front of my chest is parallel to the earth. We're going to swing our arms back as high as we comfortably can, and very rapidly, you're going to make a fist and release it. Squeeze the hands and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. As rapid as you can with those arms as high as you can. So whatever feels comfortable and safe for you in this posture, then go ahead and do it. Keeping that gaze forward. Focusing on that drishti gaze, that one point of still focus. Taking the most natural and comfortable breath. This is a major overhaul as we use muscles not usually called for. It is good for pain in the back of the head and works on the 5 centers of the brain. So this works the entirety of the brain, all 5 centers. Got quite a few more exercises left, so we're going to keep moving through. We've got about a minute left in this particular posture. Keep that back as straight as you can. Clenching and unclenching those fists as rapidly as you can, squeezing those hands shut and open. You're going to feel that in your arms, your forearms, your hands. And keep pushing through. You only have 30 more seconds left. Tap into your resilience, tap into your grit. Inhale deeply. Keep those hands closed shut. Apply your root block. Exhale. Release those hands and arms. Release the lock. We're going to come down onto our knees. Come back into our rock pose. So we're going to sit in our rock pose and we're going to interlock our hands and place them on our forehead with the palms facing out, just like so. Press those knuckles into the forehead. Palms of the hands are shining away from the body. Nice, long, straight spine. Eyes are closed, drawing your attention inward and upward. Extend the tongue out fully and completely. Inhaling and exhaling through that open mouth. Inhale deeply and exhale powerfully through the mouth. It's going to sound like you're panting really hard. Taking the pace of breath that feels the most comfortable and safe to you. May feel like your tongue is drying out. This is really detoxifying. It detoxifies the body, and so you might even taste a funky taste on your tongue or in your mouth as you're utilizing this powerful breath. You only got a little more than a minute left here, so continue on, inhaling deeply and exhaling powerfully through the mouth. Just a little bit longer. Inhale deeply. Keep that tongue extended. Apply your root lock, little bond. Exhale. Release the lock. Pull the tongue back into your mouth. Release the arms. Shake out those shoulders for a moment if you need to. We're going to remain in our rock pose if you can. If you can't, you need to come down into your easy seated posture. Then do what you need to do here. We're just going to gently rest the palms of the hands face down on the tops of the thighs. Spine is nice and straight and long. We're going to create that small circle through our lips, those pursed lips. You're going to inhale. Exhale. It's going to make a whistling sound most likely. On the inhale and the exhale, you're closing your eyes, drawing your attention up towards the brow point center, and utilizing that whistling breath for 1 minute. Continuing on with that breath, natural at your own pace, keeping those eyes closed, focused on your brow point center. A few more seconds. Inhale deeply. Suspend your breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock. We're going to move directly into our next exercise. We're going to stay in our rock pose posture. If that feels comfortable and safe, keeping those hands gently resting on the tops of the thighs. Eyes are closed, and we're going to click our tongue in the roof of our mouth, making that clicking sound with your mouth. 1 minute. Eyes are closed. Focus at the brow point, clicking your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Thirty more seconds. Inhale deeply. Suspending your breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock, release the breath. We're going to move into our next exercise. This one's also going to be 1 minute long. We're going to take the knees wide. We're going to draw the glutes up away from the heels so that we're directly, our hips are stacked directly on top of our knees. I got a little bit of a head rush there, so make sure we're moving into these postures slow. We're going to take our arms overhead. Palms of the hands are going to be facing towards each other. On the inhalation, you're going to drop the back of the head towards the back wall, gaze into the sky. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Arms are straight up into the sky. Palms of the hands are facing each other. You're up on those knees. 1 minute, eyes are closed, drawing your attention and awareness inside of your own being towards that third eye. Be really gentle with your neck here. Again, if you have any compromised discs or neck tissue, be very, very, very gentle. Just a few more seconds here. Move as slow as you need to here. Take that head back towards its neutral space. Inhale deeply. Apply your root lock, Mula Bandha. Keep those arms reached into the sky. Exhale, slowly and gently releasing those arms down to the side. We're going to come into our next exercise right away, remaining on our knees. This time we're going to keep our palms of our hands at the sides to get started. You're going to open your mouth and extend your tongue fully. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling through your open mouth. On the inhale, you're going to draw the arms overhead. Palms of the hands are going to come up flat towards the sky, just like so. And exhale, drop the hands back down. Inhale up. Exhale down, inhaling up and exhaling down. Eyes are closed, tongue is extended, inhaling and exhaling through that open mouth. Just 1 minute. This exercise will prevent lung problems. Inhale with those arms overhead. Exhale, draw the tongue back into the mouth. Release those arms down. Stay up on those knees. We're going to do 1 more minute in this posture. But when we draw the arms overhead, on the inhalation, we're going to clap the hands overhead. Exhale, drop them back down. Inhale, arms come up. Clap the hands overhead. Exhale, drop them back down. Tongue is still extended. Eyes are closed. Drawing the eyes up, the gaze up towards that third eye. This time clapping the hands overhead. This one's also really good for your lungs and preventing those lung problems. Just about 20 seconds left. Inhale with those arms overhead. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, nice and slow and gentle, releasing those arms all the way down to the palms of the hands. Find the sides of the legs. We're going to come into our next exercise. So go ahead and come up on your feet so that we can come into our crow pose. Those feet are going to be about a foot's width distance apart. Drop those glutes down towards the heels, knees come out. You're going to plant your hands into the earth on the sides of the outside of those feet, essentially, just in front of them though. Elbows are going to be at the sides of the outside of the knees. And then we're going to keep our head up. Close the eyes, draw your attention, your awareness back inside. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. 1 minute. If you want to chant out loud, feel free to do so, allowing the vibration of that mantra to resonate throughout your being. I am truth, truth is my name, truth is my identity. A few more exercises and then we're done. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale, 20 more seconds. Taking that natural breath. Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock. Open the eyes slowly and gently whenever you're ready. We're going to stay in this crow pose for our next exercise. Hands are gently resting into the earth. We're going to inhale, gently drop our left ear to our left shoulder. Exhale, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right, keeping the eyes closed, the attention's drawn up towards the third eye space. Begin. I'm going to be here for 1 minute. Thirty more seconds. Moving that head nice and slow, not forcing or pressing, remembering there's no rush. Inhale to center. Suspending your breath, apply your root lock, Lila Band. Exhale, release the lock. Coming back onto our knees on our rock pose, we're going to cross our arms over our body. Right arm is going to be closer to the body. You're going to tuck your left hand in to the crease of the elbow. Just like so. Tucking that left hand into the crease of the elbow. We're going to take a figure 8 motion with our head. Gosh, I keep getting confused there. Slowly and gently, inhaling to the left and exhaling to the right. Taking that head in a figure 8 motion. Moving nice and slow, again, remembering there's no rush. Being super gentle with the neck. Pausing and breathing into any of those places that you might need.
15 more seconds. Inhale deeply, suspending the breath. Apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock. Open the eyes for a moment and gazing directly in front of you. And then closing your eyes, drawing your attention, your awareness back inside. We're going to take it to the opposite direction, drawing that figure 8 motion to the right. So dropping the right ear to the left shoulder first. And just continuing on. You only have about 20 seconds left. Inhale deeply, take the gaze back towards its neutral space. Apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock. Release the hands slowly and gently down to the top of the thighs. And then take yourself out of that rock pose. Whenever you're ready, stretch the legs out in front of you, kick them out for a moment. And then we're going to come into our easy seated posture. We're going to grasp the knees with the hands. Gently resting the hands on top. We're not going to grasp them, put any pressure there. Inhale. We're going to press the heart space forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Inhale forward and the head falls back. Exhale, collapse the spine and the chin drops towards the chest. Keep the neck loose here. You don't want any pressure or tension within that space. Close the eyes, draw the attention and awareness inside of your own being. You already have less than a minute left. Moving those discs within our spinal column. Excuse me, so sorry. Moving nice and slow. Inhale to center. Suspending our breath, apply the root lock. Exhale, release the lock. We're going to keep those hands gently resting on top of the knees. We're going to move the center of our body towards the left first, matching our breath with our movement. Inhaling from the front to the back, exhaling from the back to the front, closing your eyes, drawing your attention, your awareness back inside, rotating through that midsection. This Kriya is really good for your liver, grinding your body at the waist in that motion. You're going to be here for 1 minute. You're already about halfway through on this side. Eyes are closed, drawn in, drawing the awareness towards the third eye space. Next time you find yourself towards the front of the rotation, draw it in the opposite direction, this time moving towards the right, inhaling from the front to the back and exhaling from the back to the front. Continuing on. You're already more than 15 seconds in on this side. And we are nearly there, you guys. Come back to center, inhale deeply. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale fully and completely. We're going to come into our next exercise. So we're going to come into a standing position. Those arms or those feet are going to be about a foot's width distance apart, whatever feels good to you. Crossing your arms over your body. We're going to exhale, drop our glutes down into squatting motion, inhaling and rising up. Exhale down, inhale up. Continuing on in that squatting motion, 1 minute. Really working to sustain ourselves through this posture, squatting down into that crow pose. Close your eyes if it feels safe to you. You can use that Sat Nam mantra here. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. You only have one more exercise, and then we're done with this Kriya. 30 more seconds. Move at the pace that's necessary for you to get through the minute. You only have about 15 seconds left. Keep it strong. Keeping those eyes open if you need to for that grounded connectedness, that extra point of contact. Inhale deeply. Come back into that standing posture. Apply your root lock, Mula Bandha. Exhale. Release the lock. Release the arms down to the side. We're going to remain standing. And we're going to clap our hands for 1 minute. As intensely as you can. Close your eyes. Draw your attention up towards your third eye. And clap those hands as briskly as you can. 45 seconds left. Got about 10 more seconds. Really clap those hands, move that energy. Keep those hands together, inhale deeply. Suspend your breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, release the lock, release the hands. Come down into your comfortable, easy seated posture for our very last exercise. Breathe in. All right. We're going to extend our arms straight up overhead with the palms facing forward. Bend your Saturn and your Sun fingers. Lock them under the thumbs. Like our rock on pose, right? Taking the 2 middle fingers, dropping them down towards the meat of the hand, the palm of the hand. Drape the thumbs over the top to keep them down. The rest of the 2 fingers pointed directly into the sky. We're going to alternately begin to pull down the arms and then thrusting them into the air, matching the breath with the movement. So it's going to look like this.
Close the eyes, draw your attention, your awareness back inside. You're going to be here for 1 minute. Matching that breath with that movement. Nice, strong breath. Eyes are closed, focused on the third eye. Brow point center. Moving those arms rapidly. Pushing and pulling them into the sky. Ten more seconds. Inhale, arms come overhead. Suspend the breath, apply your root lock. Exhale, open the hands slowly and gently with grace and ease, releasing those arms all the way down, caressing your aura, all the way down to the earth, grounding your energy. Take a couple deep breaths with those eyes closed. And then on your next exhalation, slowly and gently releasing those legs out in front of you. And then drawing your spine down into the earth. Relaxing your body into your final Shavasana corpse pose posture to complete our practice today. Completely relaxing, meditating, finding our breath. Really opening that rib cage on the inhalation, drawing that breath down into the belly, and exhaling and pulling the navel towards the spine, fully expelling all of that stagnant oxygen out of those lungs. Remembering when we're uncomfortable in our practice, when it feels challenging, that's when that beautiful divine energy is really dripping down into the cracks. Filtering through our energetic being. Moving our energy, choosing to move our energy to open up new energetic space. Becoming aware of our energetic being so that we can more efficiently, more effectively use it with this practice that achieves those specific results. We're not necessarily seeking to reach a place where there's no more work to be done. We only seek to meet ourselves exactly where we are at in each and every moment. Becoming intimately connected, intimately aware of the things that we're choosing to invest our time and energy in. co-creating that experience, manifesting our own reality with the quality of those things. Rising above our programming, our conditioning, and aligning with the truth of our being. Consciously choosing to set a tone for our energetic vibration so that we're not getting caught up in the entrainment of the energy that's around us. Coming back to ourselves in the safe space where we are receptive and not resistant to what is. Coming into agreement with allowing our experiences to transform and alchemize within us, giving us those massive, amazing opportunities for growth, blessings, and joy. Whenever you're ready, start to bring your body back to this time and space, wiggling your fingers and toes. Taking any gentle stretches that you might need. Gentle cat stretches, full body stretches, reaching the arms over the head, pointing the toes down. Long line of the body. Inhaling and drawing the knees into the chest whenever you're ready. Rocking side to side for a moment first. And then rocking back and forth until you draw yourself upright into a comfortable seated posture so that we can complete our practice today by chanting that mantra Sat Nam 3 times. I am truth, truth is my name, truth is my identity. Take those hands in a prayer pose, tucking the thumbs into the breastbone. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me together today. Stepping into those huge opportunities for growth, opening up to those new expansive places, moving through the density so that we can get to those beautiful new aligned energetic spaces that are going to create more, all that opportunity, opening up space for all possibility. Hope you guys have an awesome day. go rest. They said one of the best things you can do after this particular set is walk outside with bare feet in the grass. So if you have 10 minutes to go walk around a little bit in a place where you don't have any stickers or is comfortable for you, or where even just, some thin flip-flops or something, get as close to the earth as you can, or even stay stationary with those feet resting gently in the earth. That'd be a really great way to complete your practice today. So have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.